Join the movement. Go all electric with Pure Electric.
Hi, my name's Mark. I'm one of the owners and builder of Magpie House. I'd like to acknowledge that Magpie House is built on the traditional lands of the Ngunnawal and Ngambri people, and that a treaty of these lands has never been sought and sovereignty was never ceded. Magpie House uses the traditional passive solar design methodology of manipulating orientation, glazing, insulation, thermal mass, ventilation, and more modern building science techniques of air tightness and high performance products like UPVC double glazing to leverage the natural climatic variation of your built location to reduce energy consumption and maintain thermal comfort. The new house is an 8.2 star all-electric house. It's got 10 kilowatts of PV solar on the roof and efficient appliances like an air source heat pump for hot water. In terms of size, the new build is 160 square metres of internal conditioned space. There's 25 square metres of external accessed storage space, a 25 square metre carport, and about 50 square metres of external decking that makes the internal space seem a lot larger than it really is. We used pretty standard building materials and processes. It's a 90 millimetre timber stud frame wall with lightweight cladding on the outside, and that's either galvanised corrugated iron or compressed fibre cement sheet. In the living spaces, we did use reverse brick veneer. That's partly for additional thermal mass inside the house. And also it's to act as an acoustic barrier between the living spaces and the bedrooms. So there's a bedroom just on the other side of that wall. The slab is a 120 millimetre waffle pod slab. The insulation is all pretty standard. There's R6 in the roof, and then there's R2.4 glass bats in the walls. And then the waffle pods act as insulation for the slab. And in addition to that, there's also 50 millimetre XPS foam on the slab edge, which goes down to the bottom of the footings. In terms of glazing, we used the De Koenig UPVC windows, a mixture of these big lift and slides, some fixed panes, as well as some operable windows at the top of the cathedral ceiling, which enables us to flush out hot air in summer at night time. By pushing the house to the southern boundary, we were able to get all our living space, as well as all our bedrooms, and an additional multi-purpose room, which is a guest room study, on the northern side. By having appropriate sized eaves, we're able to block out the summer sun, and in winter, when the sun's lower in the sky, we get lots of sun through these windows, which heats up the slab, and then that radiates back into the rooms in the evening, which makes it really cozy. Each bedroom has a large window that has an operable section at the bottom. This one is gated off because it's our toddler's room. But it also has a high level window and a fan. So in a summer sort of scenario, once the heat of the day is finished and the cool changes come through, you can open up all the windows, and that's done by using a wall switch. These are also Wi-Fi enabled wall switches, so I can have it set on a regular seasonal schedule, so it'll operate even if we're not at home. One of the challenges if you pursue a passive solar design house is that you end up with a lot of hard reflective surfaces, and that can become an issue once you have noisy kids or dinner parties or anything like that. So one of the interesting solutions that I came up with to address acoustic comfort was to create this acoustic ceiling. Essentially, it's some marine plywood that I cut into strips, and that's installed with a small shadow gap of about 10 millimeters between them. And above that, there's a black backing material and then the bulk insulation. What this does is it provides an acoustic permeable surface that absorbs a lot of frequencies that are in the human vocal range. So if you have a lot of people in the space, it doesn't become too uncomfortable acoustically. This pergola will eventually have a stacking Roman blind system in each of the bays. It'll be able to be operated to provide shade to the deck in summer and also provide additional shading to the windows in the shoulder seasons if that solar ingress into the house is becoming too much and making it too warm. Materials like the hardwood timber reclaimed from the old house have been used in the new build in a number of areas. For example, it was used extensively for the handles and grills on all the internal joinery. Also architectural detailing like these battens for the kitchen. I also made custom light fittings using the old bearers from the old house. So they're located throughout. And also you can see in the kitchen all the handles. We're able to zone the house by using these large format cavity sliders. There's one here that separates the open plan living and dining from the main hallway. And so the southern side is all the services. There's a powder room, a bathroom. There's a workshop on the other side of this wall. And then there's another. And then here we have a laundry / second bathroom and the multi-purpose everything else room. In terms of other sustainability features of the house, we have a 4,000 litre rainwater tank that is plumbed to all the roofs, and it has a pump which supplies water to the 2 toilets and to the washing machine. With the pretty large solar system that we have on the roof, we export enough across a year that we have net positive energy bills, so we get paid to be connected to the grid. And that also includes quite a bit of charging of our plug-in hybrid car. So we can get about 30 to 35 kilometres of range on that. And given our inner city location, that covers most of our weekly transport needs. So that's a wrap up of Magpie House. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And if you'd like to know more and you are in the Canberra region, feel free to come along to the open house day for Sustainable House Day. I'll see you then.